Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. My name is Danny Berg, and I want to know if you know exactly what is in the food you're eating. Sometimes when you look on the occasional bit of food packaging, you'll find a whole bunch of ingredients. Some of them you totally recognize, some of them you don't, and some of them have pretty disgusting origins that might have slipped past you. Well, to see if you've been munching on something you might not have chosen to, let's get into the top 10 most disgusting food ingredients. Kicking things off at number 10, we have wood pulp. Yes, powdered wood pulp is called cellulose, and some cheese makers use it to help stabilize cheese and lower its fat content. It's also used to improve the taste, as it apparently gives a creamy texture to cheese without having to use other ingredients. Surely there's an alternative to this, right? Well, yes, some companies do use potato starch to try and achieve the same effect, but even the company Organic Valley admit to using it in their shredded cheese products. Well, at least it's organic wood pulp. It does seem gross, guys, but nutritionists have said that cellulose is simply what gives plants their structure, and it's just a harmless fibre. But the choice is up to you. Moving on to number 9, we have cow bones in sugar. Now before we get into this, I just want to say this doesn't apply to every single sugar brand out there, but some do use cow bones in their refining process. Some US companies will heat up animal bones, often cows, to extremely high temperatures, which reduces them to carbon. Now when it comes into contact with sugar, it bleaches and filters out any impurities from the sugar, helping to give it that clean look. None of this bone char actually ends up in the sugar, but a lot of people are just a little bit grossed out to think that their sugar was rubbing shoulders with cow bones at one point. Coming in at number 8, we have gelatin. Now for my whole life, I've always heard my grandma refuse to eat anything with gelatin in it. I never asked why, but now I know. Gelatin is found in everything from jelly to marshmallow, from cereals to pudding, and even good old cupcakes. It's used as a thickening agent, but you might not like where it comes from. Gelatin comes from collagen, a soft protein that connects skin, bones, and muscles together, and it comes from animal parts. After animal carcasses leave the slaughterhouse, they are chopped up, they're washed, and they're soaked in acid before gelatin is then extracted from the body parts. A lot of vegans are pretty appalled to learn this, but even meat eaters can be grossed out to learn it. Next up at number 7, we have isinglass in beer. Okay, two things first. Isinglass is a substance that comes from the dried swim bladders of fish. Second thing, it's used in refining beer. And third thing, yes, I'm putting beer on this list because some health departments class it as a food, and it actually used to be called liquid bread, so yeah, deal with it. Anyway, isinglass is used to filter beer in the brewing process to give it a much clearer look, much faster than normal. Now although you're not technically eating dried swim bladders when you drink beer, a lot of vegetarians say it's a straight up no for them. I didn't sign up for fish bladder, and I'm still not going to sign up. Coming in at the number 6 spot, we have boiled beetles. A lot of food and drink today contains a food colouring that comes from cochineal insects, an American bug that is ground into a pulp to give certain food and drink a bright red colour to them. Now although some producers have found replacements over the years, you can still find certain brands of ice cream, waffles, lemonade, and grapefruit juice that contain the ground up cochineal insects. In 2012, there was actually a Starbucks scandal when it was revealed that they used cochineal bugs to colour their strawberries and creme frappuccino mix. Blech. Now they said it was because they wanted to move away from artificial ingredients, but it seems like a lot of people would prefer artificial ingredients to insect ingredients. Next up at number 5, I never thought I'd say this in my life, we have sheep secretion. Hear me out on this one. So sheep produce a greasy substance called lanolin, the waxy layer that's used to help insulate the sheep underneath their wool and keep them warm. But humans use it quite differently. It can sometimes be found in chewing gum. Yeah, if you're ever chewing away on some gum one day and you take a look at the packaging, lanolin might be labelled there as gum base. That's one name for it. The other is sheep secretion. Moving on to number 4 now, we have borax. Borax is a compound that's often found in a number of different cleaning products like laundry ones. It's also found in pottery and is sometimes even used to make things more fire resistant. Sounds tasty, right? No? Well, make sure you just check the packaging then on some Asian noodles, because some of them have been known to contain borax. Ramen noodles and rice noodles are among those found to have contained it. Now, a lot of countries have banned it, but some still totally give it the green light, despite the fact it's thought to increase the risk of liver cancer if taken over the course of 5 to 10 years. Next up at number 3, we have arsenic. Yes, as in the poison that always has the skull and crossbones on it. The FDA says that contamination from the environment means that arsenic can find its way into grains, into fruits and vegetables, with the worst culprit being rice. Rice apparently absorbs arsenic from soil and water much better than other grains. Now, although the levels of arsenic in this is far below danger levels, it's still a little bit worrying for some people that there's deadly poison and then just a little bit of deadly poison. Most people would prefer the no poison at all option. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have coal tar. Yes, this is coal tar. It's the byproduct of coal production and is often used for road repair. You can also extract tartazine from it, a colouring used in food to make it look more appealing. In the food industry, it's known simply as yellow 5. It's been found in candy, milk, butter, pickles, and most famously, Kraft's macaroni and cheese. Now, Kraft actually agreed to stop using it in their mac and cheese after a huge campaign against them said it caused hyperactivity in children and a number of different health problems. And finally now, at number 1, we have human hair. Yes, if you look at the packaging of some types of bread, you might find a substance called L-cysteine that is used to prolong its shelf life. Now, it does this very well. The problem is, most of the L-cysteine in that bread comes from human hair. The hair has been reportedly gathered from barbershops and hair salons in China and then shipped around the world to where it's needed. That's gross. I was really hoping they got mixed up and they actually meant that there's hair in beards, but no, it's hair in bread. You can avoid munching on hair by either checking the packaging for L-cysteine or just buying fresh bread from your local baker. Buy local, guys. Well, how's your appetite doing now, guys? Strangely, I'm quite hungry after all of that. I'm very strange. For all you warriors out there, don't stress too much about what every single bit of your food contains. I think there's a healthy balance where you can have a keen eye for what you're putting into your stomach, but also not overanalyze every last ingredient. Yay for balance. My name is Danny Burke. Thanks as ever for watching Most Amazing Top 10, and I'll see all you guys in the next one.